Hi there. I hope that you are having an amazing Tuesday. I am back and I am ready to talk to you about the weight gut health connection. This is such an important topic today. So, I am Helen Parsons. I am a weight loss and a gut health coach. And this is something that I discovered going down the rabbit hole to trying to figure out why I couldn't lose weight. I was doing all the right things. I was doing everything I was supposed to be doing, and I couldn't make the scale budge. So, learning about gut health was, I just became determined that I wasn't going to throw in the towel. At one point, I did think, all right, well, maybe this is just my life now. Maybe this is just what is destined to be. And I'm like, there's just a part of me that wouldn't accept that. And I'm very glad that there is, because not only did I heal myself, but it led me to creating this amazing program all around gut healing, so that women who are experiencing the same thing, who want to lose weight, who are living this healthy lifestyle, can. They can heal their own bodies. So, as you jump on, I would love for you to say hello so that I know you're here. I'm looking at my, whoop, that wasn't good. just kind of took over there. My screen is, hang on one second. There, let's do that. There we go. Okay. As you jump on, please say hello, and I can know that all of my technology is working as it should. All right. And also, if you're watching this on replay, comment. Say hello. I'm watching the replay from, where are you watching from? All right. This is the fourth and final session in the weight loss mystery series. So far, we've talked about hormones. We've talked about inflammation. We've talked about energy. So today is kind of like today's like the big connector. Today is really making the strong link for you between your gut health and your weight. All of those other things are totally connected. This is the direct line from gut health to weight. All right, so you're probably sitting there thinking, I wonder if this is for me. Well, okay. This is for you if you feel that you eat clean daily or regularly, yet you still struggle with weight, especially around the middle. If you're experiencing gas or digestive discomfort or bloating, especially after you eat, that's a big sign. If you are experiencing weight fluctuations, like there's nothing that explains from day to day your weight fluctuating, or maybe even within the same day. You've tried multiple diets, right? Without success. If you do lose weight, it's a limited success, and then you regain the weight. You have cravings that feel really uncontrollable, especially in the evening. Or you've been told that your metabolism is broken, or it's just slow because of your age. Maybe you've developed some new food sensitivities and you have some intolerances to things that you've always been able to eat. And you're kind of like, what is that about? So you feel like your body is working against you instead of with you, despite your best efforts. And you are tired of being told to eat less and move more, as if you already weren't doing that, right? So you suspect that there's something deeper going on, that it's not just about calories, just about willpower. And you know what? You're absolutely right. There is something deeper going on. So here's the thing. Mainstream advice really fails women in general, but it especially fails women over 40. That whole eat less, move more approach, it is ridiculous. Okay, that's just like the bottom line. it seems to say that all of our bodies are just like this science lab, and you put a calorie in, this is how many calories it is, this is how you burn it. That's not how we function. That is not how our metabolism functions. It's a much more complicated thing than that. And that eat less, move more, it's all about calories, the bottom line, completely ignores your gut health. And you will see or hear in this video today why your gut health is so important when we are talking about calories. Low calorie diets can actually damage your gut function. So some of the women that I work with have been on again, off again, dieting for years. And what that has served to do is really kind of create more gut dysfunction. Rigorous exercise regimens. I smile when I talk about this one because I was a little guilty of this one. It's a whole way of thinking that we are told is the right way. And so if you exercise more, then you burn more calories. And if you exercise hard, then you're burning even more calories, right? Well, here's the thing with that. If you are really exercising rigorously, then you are probably stressing your body, and then your body is creating cortisol, which is creating all sorts of problems, not the least of which is fat storage. Go back and watch that hormones video because I talk about it in that one. So we focus on willpower when there are actual biological factors at play. Diets do not address the root cause of the issue. And what we're going to talk about today is that root cause. So there is a very real life impact of these weight struggles you have. Sometimes we're made to feel like we should just accept things the way they are, and that there's something wrong with us if we don't like our weight or we want to change it. I don't agree with that necessarily. There's a way that you look that feels good to you. And so here are the implications of these weight struggles, and you're, trying thing after thing after thing that isn't working. Your frustration. First of all, you have this incredible frustration of doing everything right, but getting zero results. You have self-blame and you have shame that comes with this unexplained weight. Like, where did this come from? What has happened to my body? You have the mental exhaustion of your constant food calculations, and you're tracking in your app, and you're restricting this and that, and it's exhausting. All of those struggles affect our confidence. They affect our relationships, and they affect our daily lives. So we cycle. We go through, we get hope if we try a new diet, and then we go down to disappointment. And then there's something new that comes along. So we're going to feel hope again. And then with every new diet attempt, we just kind of go through that cycle again and again. Okay, let's get into the heart of the matter, and let's talk about the gut-weight connection. So your gut is kind of like mission control for your weight regulation. The health of your gut directly impacts your weight set point. The set point is the weight that your body has gotten used to. So it's the weight that your body is going to try and maintain. Your microbiome, your gut, determines how many calories you extract from food. Does it think, you need more calories? Two people can eat the same food and not extract, because of what's going on in their gut microbiome, not extract the same number of calories. Isn't that like wild? Isn't that mind-blowing? Your gut bacteria, it regulates and produces your hormones that control your hunger and satiety, your hunger and your fullness signals. So if things are messed up with the gut, it's going to confuse those hormones too. So maybe you, and I talked about this in the hormone video, maybe you have a problem where you're eating meals and you feel hungry or empty after you are finished with your meal. You have a very strong gut brain axis, and that adjusts your metabolic rate. Gut inflammation, which I talked about in a previous live, and I do encourage you to go back and look at those other lives if you haven't seen them yet. But gut inflammation can kind of reset your weight thermostat, and it will protect and defend a higher weight. So to women, all of these things, because they're so individual, explain to us why two women can have the identical diets and have drastically different results. Or maybe the same person has done the same diet a couple of times with very different results because the gut microbiome has changed. So, addressing your gut health resets this system, and it makes weight loss so much easier. It becomes natural as your body feels like it is okay to release this extra weight. So gut dysfunction, or gut dysbiosis is a term that you may have heard, actually creates kind of a perfect storm for weight gain. Your gut microbiome plays a critical role in how your calories are processed. It's not just calories in, calories out. And, again, two women can eat identical diets with drastically different results depending on what's going on with their gut function. The microbiome plays a critical role in all of this. So there are pathways. There are 4 critical pathways connecting gut health and weight. The first one is the inflammation pathway. And in this pathway, gut inflammation can trigger fat storage. So go back and watch that inflammation video. You have the hormone pathway. Here, your gut health affects your weight regulating hormones as well as other hormones. Again, in another live. You have a nutrient pathway, and the nutrient pathway can have absorption issues. So if you're eating something but your body isn't able to absorb nutrients from it, then you're going to have an issue with not getting the nutrients. And then last but not least, because it is the main focus, is our microbiome pathway. Your gut bacteria directly influence weight gain and weight loss. So you, again, can be stuck in that persistent cycle. And the cycle will start with poor gut health. And the poor gut health will create weight gain. And the weight gain is going to worsen the gut health, which is, so again, we're in this cycle. So trying to address your weight without addressing gut health is very much a losing battle. Your gut dysfunction will override even the most disciplined diet approach. It won't matter until you heal things at their most basic level. So why does weight loss become easier then when gut health is restored? Well, you get that improved nutrient absorption. Then your body actually can feel satisfied by the food that you eat. You get balanced hunger and fullness hormones, regulating your appetite much more naturally. You get reduced inflammation, which stops that emergency fat storage. Your natural food cravings will start to shift. And you may have heard people talk about this. You may have even said this yourself. This is a very real thing. You will crave foods that are healing for your body rather than foods that are harmful. It's very real because your gut bacteria actually cause you to crave certain things. your body will stop fighting weight loss and start working with your efforts. Your energy increases. That's a big byproduct of gut healing. So then, you're going to want to do more things. You're going to want to get out more. Maybe you're going to want to start exercising. Totally up to you. But because you're feeling better, because you have more energy, you feel like everything is kind of restoring rather than depleting your energy. Your sleep quality will improve, also affected by your gut microbiome. Your weight set point that I talked about earlier will gradually adjust to a healthier range without resistance. So, weight loss can become a natural outcome rather than an uphill battle. All right. Your gut as your weight regulation center. So your gut communicates with your brain about weight. Your gut and your brain are in a constant two-way communication through something called the vagus nerve. So it's not like, what goes one place stays there. It doesn't. They're constantly communicating with each other. And I'm going to do a little aside here. That really is a big part of modern research into anxiety, depression, Alzheimer's, Parkinson's, because there is that two-way communication. Gut-derived hormones travel through the bloodstream to the brain, and they regulate your appetite and your metabolism. You have these things called neurotransmitters, and neurotransmitters send signals about fullness, hunger, and energy requirements. So those are produced in the gut and they get sent to the brain. And if things are off in the gut, the brain is going to get some off signals, right? Your gut microbiome influences your hunger, your cravings, and your metabolism. That's it. That's direct influence. You have all sorts of different bacterial species in your microbiome, and all of those species produce different chemical signals that will affect your food preferences. You actually have specific bacteria that will cause you to crave sugar and processed or refined carbs because those things feed them. So they're going to want you to eat them. So they cause you to crave them. Crazy, huh? Healthy gut bacteria produce these things called short chain fatty acids, and those regulate our metabolism. The microbiome directly influences how efficiently calories are extracted from food. Blew my mind when I learned that there are actually bacteria in our gut that can cause us to extract more nutrients, more calories. So there's a whole lot of research being done on what the gut microbiome of an obese person versus the gut microbiome of a lean person looks like. And there are certain gut bacteria that are present in each. It's very fascinating. Your microbial diversity, that is the diversity of the species in your gut microbiome, is critical for your healthy weight and your weight regulation. I keep wanting to kind of go off on a little tangent, so I'm just trying to keep myself really, really focused here. So gut health, as you've probably heard, really needs to be the foundation of any successful weight loss approach. You start there, and then there's lots of places that you can go. Attempting weight loss without gut healing is kind of like driving with the emergency brake on. It's going to be constant resistance, constant stopping. Your gut health will determine how effectively your body processes those nutrients from any diet. It doesn't matter what diet it is. You can be eating the healthiest foods in the world. Your gut may not be processing those nutrients appropriately. So no amount of perfect eating, hear this, no amount of perfect eating can overcome gut dysfunction. That's a big one. Addressing your gut health first creates this foundation where your other health efforts can succeed. So it's, again, it's a healing approach. Restoring your gut health often leads to very natural weight regulation without any sort of extreme measure at all. So you're wondering, I got to take a little drink here, what are some of the signs that your gut is sabotaging your weight? Okay, I'm going to talk about some big ones. Bloating after meals, even healthy ones. Irregular bowel movements. So one day you have diarrhea, the next time you have constipation, then you go to diarrhea again. It's back and forth. That is not natural. That is a big sign of an unhealthy microbiome or something that needs to be addressed. Intense food cravings that feel uncontrollable. Energy crashes after eating certain foods. This is one of the things that so many women talk to me about, that they notice, like, I was so tired last night, and then I was thinking about what did I eat that day, and so you start to really kind of piece together things like that. You have water retention that is unpredictable. It's not like, okay, when I eat chips, I retain water, or when I don't do this, this is like, I can't even figure out why I'm retaining water. Skin issues that seem to have no you have no cause for these skin issues. Think about skin as being kind of the largest surface of your body, but it's a covering, right? So what goes on inside the body is often reflected in the skin. And of course, stubborn weight that doesn't budge, even with calorie restriction, even with exercise, it isn't budging. Those are all signs that there's probably something going on in your gut that you should be addressing. Let's talk about a few common gut disruptors, things that disrupt the healthy function of our gut that hide in plain sight every day. One is those healthy foods that you're eating that might actually be inflammatory for your unique gut. This is where personalization comes in. There are hidden sources of gut irritants in everyday products that we use. There are lifestyle factors that can disrupt your gut dysfunction. Medications can greatly alter the bacterial composition, the bacterial balance in our gut. Stress patterns are huge, and they directly impact digestive function. I don't think that that's a shock for most people, because when you're feeling stressed that you feel it in your digestive tract too. Okay, that is a lot, but I want to end on a positive note, because there is good news to all of this. Your gut health can improve relatively quickly with the right approach. When you give focused attention to your gut health, it improves pretty quickly. The body has a remarkable capacity to heal your gut barriers, to heal the bacterial imbalance. The benefits that you experience, you're going to lose weight, but it goes beyond that. I know you're like, I'm just here to lose weight, but it does go beyond that. Your improved mood, improved energy, improved sleep, improved brain function, improved skin, all of these things get so much better. So this approach creates sustainable results, not temporary fixes. In my program, The Gut Health Solution, I use kind of a 3-phase approach to gut-centered weight loss, and that is what I do. First, we identify and remove your gut disruptors. So you got to identify them before we can, like get them out for even for just a short period of time. So we discover your specific gut irritants. And then we talk about temporarily removing all of the common gut inflammation triggers. We create a healing environment for your digestive system. We break that inflammation weight gain cycle. That's phase 1. Phase 2 is your repair and restore phase. And this is where we're really focusing on recreating a healthy gut microbiome. So we look at specific nutrients and foods that are good for you to support your gut lining repair. We are rebuilding a healthy microbiome balance, a healthy balance of bacteria. We are learning to support proper digestive function. We are addressing key nutrient deficiencies, and we are doing a strategic analysis of specific foods to identify any triggers that are personal to you, because that is by no means an across the board thing. So this is where, that personalized approach is really important, because what's bothering you and what's going to disrupt your gut function might not be the same thing as Susie next door. And then lastly, the third phase of the program is a maintenance. How do we maintain this phase? So we talk about what does your gut-friendly eating pattern look like? What is that? You don't want to follow a diet or a program for the rest of your life. This is why we heal, because we heal, we reset, and things are going to look very different. The way that you process food is going to be very, very different. We implement healthy lifestyle practices that support long-term gut health, and we create a personalized blueprint for maintaining results. You will learn to read your body's signals. Okay, so let's put it all together. Hopefully, you can see that addressing your gut health impacts not just your weight, but inflammation and hormones and energy and all of the things that we have discussed. Key takeaways from each section, but the big one from each one is that when you heal your gut, these get better. So I want to offer a little gift for all of the ladies who are watching this live video. I've set aside a little bit of time in my calendar to do some quick 15-minute free consults. What I'm hoping to do with these is to just, get you on a quick call, have you tell me what's going on. What is the thing that is bringing you here? Why? What is the problem that you're experiencing right now? And I listen and I listen and I maybe ask you some questions. And then my goal for that call is to give you one actionable item. This is not, there's nothing to buy. This is just a conversation between you and me where I learn about you and I give you one actionable item. So I put a link in the post for this video. I hope that you go there and book your free 15-minute consult, and then we can chat about what is going on. Whew. If you have any questions or you have any comments, then please, by all means, comment on this live in the comments for this live video. Feel free to shoot me a message. I would love to hear from you. So this is it, ladies. We're going to heal our guts.